Ich gehöre längst nicht mehr zur Welt der Sterblichen. Ich fürchte hier nichts und niemanden. Willst du wissen, wer ich bin? Ich bin Vegeta!
Hello guys, Shockwave King back here once again. And you saw the title of the video, yes. Can Sando and Ipo even beat Ricardo Real Deal Martinez, the El Diablo of Mexico, the king of king, the pound for pound #1, the Ricardo Martinez? And the reason I say that, the reason why I'm not questioning that, and that is the recent chapter 1312 Destruction, Absolute Massacre, which is Massacre of Billy McCullum. And it's just sad because I was not expecting it to be that bad. But the fact that once again, not only did Ipo get this entire prediction wrong again, but then again against Michael Go, Ipo was like, yeah, I know how to stop him, Takamura, and he didn't know what he's doing. So it's just it is what it is. It is what it is. Because it's just like. Like you see Sando go toe to toe, life or death with Freddy Gonzalez, right? We just seen that entire thing happen. That was a terrible idea. What was it? We just saw that happen, and just a few chapters ago, Sando going life and death and beating Ricardo Freddy Gonzalez. But against Martinez, especially with the entire spar, it was just monstrous. Ricardo was just tearing into, even actually with Sando was like in the car saying his punches are different, they sharp, they cut deep, they hurt. So it's just one of those things where some people may have hope in Ipo, that Ipo will be able to drop him. Some people say Sando will be able to drop him. I say I doubt that. The destruction of Billy McCullum was so bad, the fact that even Bill Stewart says, you know, it's going to be quite interesting to see how Ricardo Martinez chooses to open up his shell, the Philly shell, and to get the entire backstory. And the only thing Ricardo Martinez just does, let's seriously, Ricardo Martinez barely uses his right hand. Now the thing about Ricardo Martinez, which is similar to Ashino Joe, Jose Mendoza, is how they both casually throw out screw punches, pretty much. Is one of the main traits of Jose Mendoza, and Ricardo Martinez is similar in that type of way to a certain degree. He is similar, so you gotta give it to that similarity. But besides that similarity, Ricardo Martinez, as far as we know, even against Sando, against Ipo with the sparring, against everybody with the sparring, we really haven't really seen him throw any type of back and forth right hand left hand combinations. The fact that we did not see any significant thing from Ricardo Martinez against a world champion who I was questioning constantly, I don't know if I ever said in the videos, of why Martinez never unified the belts. And I thought maybe, just maybe, as a one-off thing, maybe he didn't unify it at the same reason he didn't want to fight Gonzalez again. He's sick of fighting the same person, and he didn't lose the other belts. He just vacated the belts. That's why he's still considered the super champion, the unstoppable machine. And that's why Billy was just like, how come I became world champion and I'm still seen as a joke? Don't take me seriously. Because it's some old man? Yep. And Ricardo Martinez, put your lights out. Just with his right hand alone. That is sad. That is sad. Like I say, if Billy McCullum would have at least hit Martinez or did something, I could be like, you know, Sando Ipo has a chance. But the fact that he managed to do absolutely nothing to Martinez at all, just really, not even a scratch. Even Martinez was just like, should I allow him to hit me? No, that'd be a crime against boxing. The fact that Martinez has been shown stronger than he's ever been, and it's just, maybe some of you guys may have hope for Sando and Ipo going against Bertrand Martinez. That hope for me has been thrown out the window. I just don't see it happening anymore. I just don't, because at this point Martinez is too much of a monster. He is too much of a beast. He is too strong now. The fact that we are still yet to see Ricardo Martinez's entire arsenal and Billy McCullum can't do it, then who can? Honestly. Because at this point, I no longer need to see Ricardo Martinez going against any of the champions. I just don't. It's one of those things where the destruction of Billy McCullum was so bad. I don't need to see anything else. It's just, now the only question is who can actually beat Martinez at this point. Because at this point, I don't know who. I honestly don't. Now let's get into the whole thing in chapter 13, 14. All right. Gonzalez seemed like he believed that it could be Ipo or Sendo who could do it. The reason I say it is, Alfredo Gonzalez under anybody has fought Martinez as a character that we've known the most. Well, more in the world. Well, he fought champion. Could technically say AJ Dante fought him just as many times, but it's one of those things where just like AJ Dante wasn't taken as a serious threat. He wasn't. He wasn't at all. He was not seen as a serious threat by Ricardo Martinez. But Alfredo Gonzalez, then again, you can't really argue that Alfredo Gonzalez was seen as a serious threat because Martinez didn't want to fight him anymore, to the point where there was an actual deal that was made. This is factual. This is confirmed. It was confirmed by Yagi. If Alfredo Gonzalez would have beat Ipo, he was supposed to be fighting Ricardo Martinez again. And what happened? Martinez did not follow through on the deal. He did not follow through. So it's messed up, but it's just he doesn't want to fight the same people anymore. That was a bad false start. Hate the fucking spear bastards. But it's one of those things with just like the fact that we get to see Martinez be pushed to any type of limits at all. It's just one of those things that makes you question if he can't, who will? Like seriously, who can honestly do it? Because eventually somebody got to take out Martinez, and it is the fact that from a wide margin, in my opinion, I don't know who can do it. I don't believe that there's any character currently who can take out Martinez, in my personal opinion. I just don't see it happening. Cause even like before, even I was saying like everybody basically knew, in my opinion, because I've said like months earlier that if Sendo go take out Alfredo Gonzalez, that he's going to do it, and that he was going to do it. I always believed in Sendo. I was kind of iffy towards like the middle chapters, where just like Sendo was still just taking punishment before I took that whole break off and came back towards the end. But I always believe that Sendo can take on Alfredo Gonzalez. When it refers to Ricardo Martinez, Martinez will always be a different animal since we've never seen what he could do. I thought with Billy McCullum, I never did believe that Billy McCullum could beat him. I always thought that that could be that one-off chance. I've never thought, oh, you know, Martinez gonna get destroyed by Billy McCullum. No. Ipo did hype this thing up, but the thing is, when Ipo set the whole, like before the fight even started, just by some basic shadow boxing before the match started, you can tell who won. We never saw it from, we never saw what his reaction to Martinez was. We just went to the inner monologue of Martinez, and that was it. Motherfucker. It's hard to talk and play this game. But it's just one of those things where it just, you can't really blame Ipo since Sakamura and Ipo did not react to Martinez actually throwing that shadow box. He was just sitting there in the corner just saying, please, I have high expectations for you, do not disappoint. We had an entire chapter hyping up the Philly shell, and Martinez cracked open that Philly shell and just basically just massacred him. To the point where everybody got flashbacks to Ipo destroying Mishiba's guard by attacking his left arm. Well, Ipo was just doing that out of stubbornness, but Martinez is just that was tactically chosen, and it was. I no longer see that anybody could have that much of a chance against Martinez anymore. As much as I love Sendo, I just don't see it happening. But there is one thing though. There is one thing that Ipo could do to give him a chance. But before I get that, the whole Alfredo Gonzalez point. Alfredo Gonzalez in 13-14 was this. He did point out a particular thing. He did say, you know, I've always chased after you. You was always a big brother to me, but you won't have to be alone too much longer. You won't have to be alone too much longer, as long as those two are around. Now, one of them is obviously Sendo. He obviously believed that Sendo could actually face off against Ricardo Martinez, since he was the one who knocked him down originally in sparring for the first time. Whether he was off balance or not, or whatever BS story that Bill Stewart tried to pull out his butt, Martinez went down to the canvas. And if it was just a slip up, why was he on the canvas for so long then? And sure, he was talking, but if it was just a simple slip up and he didn't take Sendo seriously, he would have got instantly back up and just say, well, my bad. But, you know, we're just getting started. The sparring's already towards the end anyway. But he did take that as a legitimate knockdown, so I'm sorry, Bill. It's just whatever you're trying to do to save Faith was not going to work tonight. I'm not going to act like it's your fault, Bill, to try to save the reputation of your fighter, but if the entire reporters saw it and people are taking pictures of it, it's already too late. They're already printing the papers. It's already all over the articles and whatever type of early new website they got towards the early 2000s. So it's already too late for that. But with Sendo has a chance, but with Ipo, like, it depends who that second person is. Cause that second person could be directly towards Ipo. Cause the thing is, it's never been confirmed if Alfredo Gonzalez knew that Ipo retired or not. Then when he spotted him at the weigh-in, he never did say anything about it. Cause like he said, oh, he obviously came here to cheer with Sendo, and that was it. So I don't think Ricardo Martinez actually know that that Ipo's retired. And if that's the case, which is more than likely is, then well, then the other person is Ipo. But let's say, well, what if chance that wasn't Ipo? The other person was not Ipo, and he was referring to somebody else. I doubt it. Cause the other person could be Miyata, but it doesn't seem like we don't know what Miyata's going to do yet. He's just out there, so we can't really even say Miyata. So it's curious on what could happen and what could not happen, but But with the whole Ipo thing, what I was getting into, there is a way Ipo can become better. And it's something that happened to everybody want to consider that one of the best fights Ipo ever had, the Kurosawa fight. And that is the whole idea of the Demptero feint. Now we all know for the last few fights with Ipo for a period of time, like after the Samamura fight, the whole plot line was the Demptero, when is he going to use the Demptero? When is he going to pull up the Demptero? When is he going to do it? And Ipo's like, I'm not going to use it for like a while. So that was a whole plot point during the fight for a period of time. I mean, then I got swept under the rug and Ipo stopped using Demptero, and then it became like a fun novelty like it used to be. But a Demptero feint, the reason I bring it up is we've obviously seen Ipo pull out the Demptero outright. And we're obviously seeing characters like Kurosawa who was just shitting bricks and just waiting for the Demptero to happen, and it never came, and it led to him losing because he had no plan B. If Ipo was never going to pull up the Demptero, then what else was Kurosawa going to do? Nothing. But we already have like, the all new Demptero that can counter specialist. Yeah, but my whole viewpoint is with the whole Demptero feint, it will complete the whole Demptero the Demptero arsenal, so it can be more versatile. For then you can start up the winding, then go into something else, and it just won't be I already know what you're gonna do. Or like with Alfredo Gonzalez, hey look, I can easily counter, because we're already seeing what Alfredo Gonzalez did to the all new Demptero. He's gonna take his head straight off his shoulders, and Alfredo Gonzalez just threw his shoulder to Ipo, and he's just Ipo's like nothing's working on him, nothing's working. But if he was able to do a Demptero feint, would it work? I say potentially against Gonzalez. I say potentially the Demptero feint could have worked. I'm not saying outright it would have just, my God, it would have took Gonzalez's head right off his shoulders. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it would be an interesting thing for Ipo to actually develop, to actually trick up his opponents while staying deep into the pocket. That's all I'm saying. Demptero feint 1-2, or just the early startup of the Demptero 1-2, then go back to a casual jab to back him up, then straight to the level below, then mix up his multiple different combinations. Because against Martinez, he's not really a hybrid fighter at all. He's not, even though it does says in the wiki, he's not mainstayedly a hybrid fighter. But Alfredo Gonzalez was. He was molded into a hybrid fighter. And that's basically how he became. And then when he went complete hybrid, he got destroyed by Sendo. So one of his greatest assets was his mixer mode. But the thing is just even though that was one of his greatest accents, it was also his greatest weakness, because he also could easily get knocked out of it and just go into a casual exchange, with both Ippo and Sendo did. So Ippo rocks Gonzalez once, like I constantly say time and time again. Gonzalez was thrown out of mixer mode, and Sendo there was no real strategy with Sendo. He just basically just kept punching him. That's pretty much it. And I constantly say it was a weakness of Gonzalez, so it still is. But back to the whole concept, like, I don't know. I don't at this point, I really don't believe that Sendo or Ippo can beat Martinez. I just don't see it. He has not had. Now, Ippo has implied that he had not had a serious challenge since his career began. No, that is broken. I can't say that's broken. No, I just don't see anybody beating him. I just don't see it. And somebody said AJ Dawson had a chance. No, he didn't. Because even if he would have connected with Martinez, how do you know he wasn't going to turn his neck last minute? So in my opinion, no. I don't believe that anybody can take on Martinez currently. Current day Martinez, right here, right now. No, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. Nah, the man is too strong. He's too much. He got too much power. Ippo, get out of there. You taking too many punches. Because let's just think, this is the same right hand, the same motionless jab that destroyed the Demptero and made it look like a child's game. And shit, that was a younger Ippo, and that wasn't the new Demptero. I'm fully aware of that. That was the Demptero before he had developed the new Demptero and all that. But even then, the fact that Ippo couldn't even touch him, the fact that Ippo was beaten so unconscious that he didn't realize the spar was over, that was sad. It was another one of those situations where it's just like, hey, I guess we could stop now. I got my warm up. No, he was beaten unconscious, and he chose not to finish Ippo off to save his face, because he was Japanese champion. Like, seriously, if there was no crowd, pretty sure Martinez would have had no problem bearing him like the rest of his sparring partners. Well, Seno saw firsthand down in Mexico how Ricardo Martinez just buried his sparring partners. Just buried them. They're not even a challenge. He buried his sparring partners. So it's one of those things. Whoever fights against Ricardo Martinez, a part of the man cast, like a Miyata or Ippo or Sendo, it depends on what Miyata chooses to do. Whoever fights him, it's going to be a tough fight either way. It's going to go 10 rounds, 10 to 8 rounds, and I don't see Martinez losing. If it doesn't go 10 to 8, screw. Like, even if let's say they put up that much of a fight, it's going 12 rounds. It's going to the split decision, and Martinez is going to win. It's just because Martinez, as far as I know, it's not the fact that I believe that he's unstoppable. It's the fact that he got too much tools in his arsenal that we've yet to see yet, like some type of Prime Deo's ninja. That he's just too strong. He's too good. He is too powerful. He got too many techniques. He got too many secrets. His left hand, his motionless jab, it is too monstrous for any normal person like Ippo or Sendo, or even Miyata if he chose to do anything to actually take him on. I just do not see it happening. I just don't. I just really don't. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm gonna say it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot. And I just having a hard time that it's not going to go 12 rounds. Because even if they give that much of a fight, it's going to go to 12 rounds like Mendoza. And they're going to go to a split decision for Martinez. Because unless you can clearly knock out Martinez, I don't see you actually winning a split decision. Unless you get a fair crowd. Unless you go fight in Japan, you're not going to get a fair crowd. Anywhere else, you're not going to get a fair judging. Well, unless you're in Japan and you're not in Osaka and you're not Sendo, then you can get a fair judge. But you're in Osaka, ask Void Zangief what happened. Ask poor Void what happened. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. It's just, I personally just don't see anybody beating Martinez right now. I just don't. I just really don't. I try, but it's just, like, Alfredo Gonzalez believes that he can. I will say this, there has been an entire growth with Alfredo Gonzalez, because Alfredo Gonzalez said that Ippo was a joke. Even got people in the Reddit who I stayed away from saying, Martinez was right about Ippo. No, he wasn't. Martinez was regretting his life decisions by the time he fought Ippo with courage. You knew that this Ippo was a different breed, with Ippo telling the coach, should I end it now? Are you serious? Ippo has never said that. Ipo never declared that he could end the fight right now. He has never done this. He has never went off the coach's script and said they could do something by himself. He has never done this until you fought Gonzalez. There is so much in that Alfredo Gonzalez fight. I don't see why people don't see this as the best fight and the best version of Ipo. Whether he was weaker or not, he's going to take on the second best fighter in the world, who later Sendo's coach considered to be world champion if Ricardo Martinez wasn't there. Just that pure courage. You're just like, Ipo was like, should I end it now? And it's just, Gonzalez just like, nah, I can't let this animal get to Martinez. I can't let that happen. He made it his life goal and mission. Even if I die today, Makano Uchi will be knocked out cold and we both will be dead in the ring tonight. And that's what happens. It's just, that's what happened. So, to sum it up, I just don't see Ipo or Sendo as they are right now to be able to take on Martinez. And sure, Sendo has a way better chance. Sendo has been active. Sendo has been being in the gym. He has been active longer than Ipo has. And sure, Ipo can still understand with the new Demptro. I do believe, especially what we saw in the Antonio fight, he will be able to fuse the new Demptro with his basic peekaboo stance. And you can see that, you know, Antonio was throwing at them right hand southpaw jack, and Ipo was just dodging. Did you see them dodges, man? Did you see them dodging? Just some casual dodging, and that was before you even went into the all new Demptro. So it's just, it's not like it'll be impossible to stop Martinez. It's not like I see Martinez some type of guy. Not even Martinez see himself for that. But all I'm saying is, how much longer must we wait to see what Martinez can do? Because the fact that we haven't really seen his full power, the fact that before the fight even started, he said they could beat AJ Dante, the fact that he defeated Alfredo Gonzalez as soon as he switched over to his true stance, it's just the fact that we have all these factors towards the characters, and it's just, I just can't sit here and act like our main characters have a chance against Martinez when Martinez is this strong against pretty much anybody. Besides from Sendo, he was destroying anybody. And sure, even then, with the whole Sendo thing, it took to like what, round 12 of sparring before Sendo could actually hit him, even just to knock him down. So even that accomplishment took place. So much as that is an accomplishment for Sendo, it took 4 rounds for him to do it. Because especially the sparring was supposed to be over, and Martinez just said, screw it, let's keep going. So it's just, he's an animal. That's all. That's some of the video. He's an animal, and I just don't really see them beating Martinez like that. I just don't. Maybe you guys give him a better chance than I do, but I just don't see it happening. Because as much as I want to sit here and say they got the best chance in the world, I just don't see it happening. So maybe you guys can have some better insight into how you see Martinez potentially getting defeated. I personally just don't see Ipo or Sendo having an arsenal to do it right now. Because let's say Ipo does get to the where I want him to be, the Demptro fate, and he's able to use he's able to halfway start at the Demptro and switch his combinations and just partially go into Demptro and get all these new elements that just fuses into the peekaboo dance because of the all new Demptro. He's finally able to get the timing right for the Demptro with the uppercut. He's able to finally pull up the Diat and the Demptro. Let's say all those things do happen. Even with all that, will it be enough? Will it be enough? Who knows? But I'll let you guys thoughts and opinions. Do you believe that Sendo and Ipo currently right now can defeat Ricardo Martinez? I don't believe that there'll be any type of Ricardo Martinez is gonna get wounded, he's gonna break his hands, and then Ipo. Now I don't see that happening. That really never really happened with any character. So I'm talking about breaking his hand before the fight, or he's suffering some major injury. That's what I meant by breaking the hand. We never seen something like that ever happen, so I don't expect it to happen. And if it does happen, I'm calling it BS. As much as I love Hajime Ippo, that would just be a garbage move by George to weaken Ricardo Martinez just to boost up Sendo Ippo to give him a better chance. That wouldn't be right. And shit, that is the will of boxing, but it depends on how you execute it. That's the way I see it. Because it's not an outright bad idea, but it's something I would not want to see. I want to see Martinez fought in his own backyard. I want to see Martinez fight somebody legitimately with his own style, and I want to see somebody legitimately beat him. I don't want to see no, oh, what if or this and that, and if he's weak and this and that. I want to see that garbage. Just give me a legit fight, and that's all I want. So this video, Bowman Shockwave King. I don't know you guys' thoughts. I'm talking about current day Ipo Sendo. It doesn't matter if you guys think this is gonna happen or just they have to because of the main card. Because number one, the people who use that logic of, oh, it's called Hajinu Ipo, Ipo must win. I'm sorry, you might need some help because it's called first step. Hajime no Ippo stands for first step. Ippo's name doesn't have anything to do with the title, besides from the fact that it's Ippo. The series in Japan is known as first step, legitimately. Just because Ippo in the title, translate the title, please. Because even here in America, the first season, it was called Fighting Spirit. There was no Ippo in that at all. So apparently there's supposed to be a Blu-ray coming out with Hajime Ippo, but I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that information. Because apparently some website reporting on it. And I did hear like somewhere that Hajime Ippo was returning for a fourth season, but I'm not gonna believe that. I'm not saying it's not true. All I'm saying is I can't confirm or deny the information. So, Beautiful Woman Shockwave King. And what do you think with current day Sendo and the last and the strongest version of Ippo that you can think of? Do you think they would be strong enough to go against a current day Martinez, or do you believe that they would make a jump in pockets? It doesn't seem like Sendo's going to instantly go into a Martinez fight, which is a good thing in my opinion, and not because I think he wouldn't be strong enough. It's just the fact that wow, I made an entire video said that he can't beat Martinez, and now I'm saying, oh, I don't believe that he wouldn't be strong enough. Really, I say that now. Really. It's one of those things with just like beside from getting his broken hand fixed, it would just it give us some more time to see the development of Sendo, pretty much. I don't know. Cause I wouldn't be mad if he goes straight into Martinez fight, but it's just cause I wouldn't want to see that dream fight between Sendo versus Ippo 3 unification. But okay. All I'm saying is anything can happen. And plus, another reason, because we get even if he was going into Martinez fight after this, we would still get the in between moments of the Hajime Ippo, so not too much to worry about, really. Well, I get killed by a random app. But it's been Boy Shockwave King. I'll let know you guys' opinions and thoughts about the idea. Do you believe that Ippo and Sendo had more of a chance post Billy McCullum fight? Or do you believe that you nearly see Carter Martinez as a nearly unstoppable, beastly animal, even as an old man? It's been Boy Shockwave King. I'll let you guys' thoughts and opinions now. Peace.